Hi everyone, George the Rambling Man here. I wanted to make a little video here and show you my motorcycle. It's a Suzuki Boulevard C50T. It's 800 cc's. I would say it's classified as a mid-size cruiser. I bought it about 4 years ago off of eBay. When I got back into riding, I was looking to get a cruiser style motorcycle. Didn't really want to invest a lot of money. I wanted to pay cash. Found this one on eBay for sale, really close to me, down the road. So took a test drive, really liked it, and bought it. Paid cash for it, right around $4,000. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. It's a 2005 model. It had about 7,000 miles on it when I bought it from the guy. He just didn't ride it very much. And I've put probably 8,000 or 9,000 miles on it in the few years that I've had it. Not a tremendous amount, but some. And I've done a few modifications to it, of course. Anybody that owns a motorcycle knows that they want to put a lot of aftermarket parts on it. So let me kind of just walk around the bike a little bit and show it to you and kind of describe some of the modifications that I've done to it and to upgrade things. One of the things I did that's probably the best modification that I did is I put a Mustang seat on it. As you can see, it's got a nice deep seating position with lumbar support. Got a nice passenger pillion there, and this is way better than the stock seat on the Suzuki Boulevards. This has made it really comfortable to ride. It's a really upright seating position and just very comfortable out on the road. Also put a luggage rack on it. As you can see, I've got a small little tail bag that I carry with me sometimes to carry a few little extra things. This is ordered right off the Suzuki parts catalog. This is a standard Suzuki luggage rack. I had bought another one that just didn't fit very well. Decided just to go with the Suzuki. Also put some highway bars on it, like most cruisers have. I'm not really sure what the brand is, but these are nice chrome highway bars. When I got those, I went ahead and got a chrome radiator cover, as you can see here. This is a water-cooled engine, so it's got a radiator in it, and I put a nice chrome radiator cover on it. Probably the next best thing I did on the bike was put these front driving lights on. Again, these are Suzuki standard out of the Suzuki parts catalog. When I had them put on, the guy at the motorcycle shop said, you know, it's really good that you got the Suzuki driving lamps, because they fit, and a lot of the aftermarket ones that you get just don't fit. I got this pretty much for safety. Also at night, it does give you a little bit extra light. I ride them with them on all the time, and they're a very good add-on. Also put some Kuryakin grips on. These are nice grips. They really feel good. Last winter, I actually tried to get some heated grips to put on there. One of the things about this style of bike, as you can see with no fairing, it's got the windshield on it, but it does, your hands are out in the wind, and in the winter they get very cold. So I tried to put some heated grips on it, bought two different types of heated grips. Neither one of them would fit, so I just scrapped that idea. Eventually, when I upgrade this motorcycle to a Harley or an Indian or whatever I end up getting, I'll probably try to get one that comes with the heated grips. It really makes riding in the winter a lot nicer. Anyway, this is the bike. It's a good starter bike. I would recommend it to you guys who are just kind of getting back into motorcycling. It's it's not as big as the big 800-900 pound Indians and Harley Davidsons. It's probably, I don't know, 650 pounds maybe, full of fuel. Really reliable bike, very smooth. It's a shaft drive. There's no belt. It gets good gas mileage. It's got a great cruiser look to it. I mean, that's the reason I bought it. I searched around for lots of different kind of bikes. I looked at the Honda Shadows and the Yamaha Star motorcycles, and I really kind of homed in on this Suzuki C50T. They also make a C90T, which is a little bit bigger. I decided to go with the C50T just for just for ease of handling. You know, as I was getting back into motorcycling, I wanted to make sure that I had something that I could handle. I can obviously stand very flat-footed on this. It stops. It's got a low seating height. It's light. It's very easy to maneuver. But it's got 5 speeds, and the 5th speed is, or the 5th gear is what Suzuki kind of refers to as an overdrive gear. It makes it pretty relaxed cruising down the highway. I mean, this thing will go 70, 75 miles an hour all day long down the expressway. You know, you get much above that, I don't really feel too comfortable on it. It's kind of winding out, and it's a little bit lighter, so I don't really get it much past that. But it will definitely get you out in traffic and get you out on the highway and move around. It had the stock exhaust on it when I got it. They sound pretty good, but it's pretty quiet, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try some aftermarket pipes. So I bought these Cobra slash exhaust pipes. I forget the exact model number, but if you look on the Cobra website for the Suzuki C50T, you'll see these on there. They were around $400, and really sound nice. You know, a little bit loud, but they even advertise them that it gives a good sound, but it won't disturb your neighbors. So yeah, you know, I'll crank it up here and let you listen to it in a second, and you can hear it. I know sometimes on these YouTube videos the sound doesn't come through really great, but I'll let you listen to it anyway. That's about it really for all the modifications that I've done to it. You know, my comments on the bike is very reliable. I've never had any problems. I've just changed the oil and the radiator fluid, the coolant, had the brakes flushed and redone. You know, the one downside I would say to this bike is probably the brakes. It's a drum brake on the rear, a single disc brake on the front, and they're probably not the best brakes that you can have. You know, I went to that motorcycle safety course. I learned the proper way to brake using the front and the rear brake, and I've still locked it up a couple of times just in kind of a panic stop mode. It stops fairly well, but I know these brakes are in no way as good as the newer brakes on the late model motorcycles. They're not anti-lock, and that's really one thing when I get a new motorcycle eventually I'm looking for. I'm really looking for a couple things. I'm looking for anti-lock brakes, and a lot of the Harley-Davidson models and some of the Kawasaki models I've seen have the brakes that are linked, where if you apply the rear brake, you're getting some of the front brake. If you apply the front brake, you're getting some of the rear brake. It kind of evens things out, and I think that's a great idea. I know a lot of people don't think that they need anti-lock brakes and they don't want them, but I think it's a great technological improvement for motorcycles, and I definitely want them in the future. Another thing I'd like to have is cruise control. I've got a little throttle boss on this thing, or a little cramp buster really, I think they call it, that you can kind of rest your palm on and make it a little easier to cruise down the road, as you can see right here. But it's nothing like cruise control. I'd really like to get cruise control on a newer bicycle. Other than that, the other thing it doesn't have that I wish it did have is it doesn't have a gas gauge. I'll let you look at the instrument panel here. You know, it's got an electronic speedometer with the electronic odometer, and you know, it's got trip A, trip B, and basically what I have to do is just reset the trip meter every time I fill it up with gas, and just use that as a gas gauge really. On a full tank of gas, you know, normal riding conditions, it'll take me about 135 or 40 miles. Generally, when I get to around 110 miles, I start looking for a gas station. I don't want to take any chances. So the tank is not huge. I think the tank is maybe 3.5 gallons. You know, you really stretch to put over 3 gallons of gas into it. But, you know, I think the gas mileage is around 45 miles a gallon, depending how you ride. But I'm very happy with it. It was a great starter bike. Again, I'm saving my pennies to upgrade to a little bit bigger of a bike, maybe one with a fairing, maybe not. I've looked at the Harley Road King, the Street Glide, looked at the Indian Chieftains and the Springfields and Heritage Softails. I've got a lot of potential bikes I'm looking at, but you know, I'm saving my money. I'm going to try to pay cash for it when it's time to do it. Probably buy used, a couple of years old, and that's my plan. But this has been a great bike to get back into motorcycling on. It's a Suzuki. It's got, it's got good reliability. Japanese bikes do have good reliability. And I know the Harley Davidsons have, the newer models, have a good maintenance record and good reliability as well. I know some people kind of trash the Harleys for not being reliable. I think the newer ones are. And I would like to get one. I'd like to get a nice American-made motorcycle next time. And the Harley Davidson obviously is one I'm looking at. They are kind of pricey. That's why I'll probably look for a used one. But I'm looking to get one. But for the meantime, this is a great starter motorcycle, and it served me well. It was cheap. I paid cash for it, and it was kind of funny. I was looking all over the internet, and I was thinking about maybe buying a new one. I think they're around $8,000 new, and I checked on eBay. I saw this bike. I liked the black color, and the guy only wanted a little over $4,000. I paid right around $4,000 for it. Got it cash in hand. Got the title, and it was a good purchase. And he took good care of it. I'm taking good care of it. Not had a lick of problems with it. The only other thing I did add to it that I didn't mention was when I got it, the tires needed to be replaced, and I got the Metzler 880s. The newer Metzler model is the 888, I think. But this is a very good tire. I've never had any problems with it. It gets good traction, and I've had it out in the rain, and it seems to do just fine in the rain as it does on dry pavement. Never has any problems with traction whatsoever. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed seeing the motorcycle. George the Rambling Man here. Ride safe. Okay, I've got the bike started up with the Cobra 5